Welcome to Kung Fu Havoc number 2. So, before I do this video, I am going to apologize to all of you, and especially all of you who follow me who is a Trump supporter. Now, there has been some stuff on TikTok. I'm going to take it with a grain of salt, but I am going to take one video from TikTok, which I do edit, and it's a young black lady who does this dance and stuff. And I'm not going to show you my duet. I'm going to try to get to her actual video before I do that. So I do want to apologize to anyone who is a Trump supporter. This video will probably piss you off. It will probably offend you. So I'm saying I'm sorry right now. You do not have to accept my apology. You also do not have to believe everything on TikTok, which I am pulling this from, but I am not pulling the current event of the espionage shit, because like I said, if it doesn't break onto my news, then I'm not going to listen to it until it's actually mainstream. So if it comes on Fox or CNN or NBC or ABC or CBS, then I'm going to believe it. But until then, while it's on TikTok, I'm not going to believe it, but I am going to say again that I am sorry about this video I'm about to show you. It's about to piss you off. But it's also backed up some of the videos that I've mentioned and that I've said so that you guys can go listen to it. Now, we are going to address this shit after I play this video. So, again, I'm going to say I'm sorry to you one more time because I don't give a flying shit if you follow this man. I really don't. I understand. I get it. A lot of people have followed Trump blindly because of money. And when he was in office for 4 years, your pockets got fat. Well, guess what? When he was in office for 4 years, my pockets didn't get fat. When Obama was in office for the 8 years, guess what? My pockets didn't get fat. But I will say in Obama's defense, I did have 2 jobs. And I could work 2 jobs and get paid and still have time to do what I needed to do. Now that Biden's in office, I still haven't been able to find a second job. I am a vet. I am not getting any more than $300 a month. And the problem with that is, I'm just not getting any fucking money. And we can talk about vets and deserving money all goddamn day long. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm only getting $300 a month, which is why I am not in a home of my own. And that I can't get full benefits until I hit 60 years old, which after next Tuesday, I'll have 11 years to go because I'll be 49. Now, again, let me apologize because a lot of you who follow Trump, I've probably pissed off. And if you had anything to say about it in the comments, you have no worries. I'm not into clapping back. I only respond to positive comments. And I thank all of my special friends here and the 182 of you who actually do give me comments that encourage me and keep me going because you guys are my life. You are all I have, literally, outside of school and doing Kung Fu and waiting for 9-9 to give me an audition versus a seminar. So 9-9, if you're watching, audition, not seminar. Okay, because I've gone to all your seminars. I'm with you. I already pay you what little bit of money I can. So, yeah, I need auditions, not seminars. Anyway, moving on. So again, I apologize because this is going to be about Trump. This young lady found a lot of the evidence that I had already put on some of my videos. And I figured that a lot of y'all would not listen to me. So maybe you'll listen to her. And yes, the lady is black. Yes, I do edit it. I was going to do a stitch, but I kind of keep my my political stuff off of my TikTok and my Instagram. Because those are where I have a little bit higher of a following. And here I tell the truth. And a lot of people don't like that. There, I tell the truth, but I leave my political shit off. If political shit comes up, I just tell them, look, I'm not a Trump supporter. It's like, you support Biden? I said, honestly, he's the lesser of 2 evils. I could care 2 shits about politics because, to be honest, here's 1,000%. It doesn't matter if you're a political person or not, if you're a Democrat or a Republican, if you're a leftist or a rightist, because I don't know what none of that shit means. But I do know that none of the political parties give a fuck about us lower working class people. Period. They don't tax enough of the rich. They tax too much of the poor. And most of us poor people who work from paycheck to paycheck are working 2 or 3 damn jobs just to make sure we keep the fucking lights on and the rent is going on. And you think those politicians give a flying fuck about you? They tell you what you want to hear, and then they're headbutting, and nothing gets fucking done. And it's been working like that for over 100-something damn years because we don't vote these motherfuckers out. So, before you go bitching, oh, we don't like you because you don't like Trump. I don't give a fuck if you don't like me because I don't like Trump. That doesn't mean I don't have to like you. It just means I don't like Trump. I don't like Trump because he's a fucking racist. I've said this 1,000 fucking times. And then there's people like, when did he become a racist? I'm about to play you this video. And this person, she's dancing during all the videos as the recording is telling her from some white dude talking of all the times Trump was racist. So I'm preparing you for that right now. So when I pull this video off my TikTok, you won't have too much more to say that I'm full of shit. Because I didn't find it. I once told you about the Central Park 5 in 1988. No one listened. I think people thought that I was full of shit. I told you that my problems began with Trump in 1993 when he started talking about Indians and casinos and they don't like Indians to me. My problems probably should have started in 1989. But at the time, you know, I'm like 16, 17 years old. I don't know who the fuck Donald Trump is. By 1993, I started finding out who Trump is. And I really didn't have too much bad to say about him until I really caught on to some of the shit he was saying. Now, before he was president, he slid some shit by with that racist shit, and most of us didn't even catch it. I didn't catch it. And I'll be one of the first people to say, before he was the president and before The Apprentice came in, I liked this asshole because he came through WWE or WWF, whatever one it was called when him and Vince had hair matches and shit like that. Then I had no problem with Trump because I didn't know that he was a racist. I knew he said racist shit, especially when he talked about the Central Park 5 and when he started talking about Native Americans. But I didn't really pay attention to that shit. But as he got into the presidency and started doing all this racist shit, nobody was checking him. I went back and started checking. And I found those videos. So, without further ado, because we're going to talk about this shit, and you're going to be pissed. You're going to be pissed at me. And it's fine. It's really fine. So,
name one time Trump was racist. Okay, I will. 1973, the Nixon administration sued Trump for refusing to rent to black people. 1980s, Trump's casinos were accused of hiding the black staff when Trump visited. 1989, Trump took out a full-page ad arguing for the death penalty for a group of 5 black men at Central Park 5, effectively putting a bounty on their heads and plaguing them with a lifetime of death threats. He was sued by the Justice Department for discrimination. 1991, black guys counting my money I hate it. The only kinds of people I want counting my money are short guys that wear yarmulkes every day. I think that the black guy is lazy, and it's probably not his fault because laziness is a trait in blacks. It really is. 1992, Trump's casino was fined $200,000 for transferring black dealers off certain tables to appease racist patrons. 1993, Trump said Native American casinos shouldn't be allowed because they don't look like Indians to me. 2000, Trump ran a series of attack ads against Native American casinos alleging, with no proof, that they were guilty of crimes. 2004, Trump fired a black contestant from The Apprentice for being overeducated. 2010, Trump arguing in favor of segregating Muslims in Lower Manhattan. 2011, birtherism. Trump alleged that Obama was Kenyan based on nothing but skin color. He never apologized nor renounced the claim. Name one time Trump was racist.
So, sorry, I wasn't expecting her to do all that dancing. I just duetted it because it was cool. She's cool. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out. So we're going to play it one more time for the people in the back. Okay?
Trump was skin color. He never apologized nor renounced the claim. Name one time Trump was racist. Okay, I will. 1973, the Nixon administration sued Trump for refusing to rent to black people. 1980s, Trump's casinos were accused of hiding the black staff when Trump visited. 1989, Trump took out a full-page ad arguing for the death penalty for a group of 5 black men at Central Park 5, effectively putting a bounty on their heads and plaguing them with a lifetime of death threats. He was sued by the Justice Department for discrimination. 1991, black guys counting my money I hate it. The only kinds of people I want counting my money are short guys that wear yarmulkes every day. I think that the black guy is lazy, and it's probably not his fault because laziness is a trait in blacks. It really is. 1992, Trump's casino was fined $200,000 for transferring black dealers off certain tables to appease racist patrons. 1993, Trump said Native American casinos shouldn't be allowed because they don't look like Indians to me. 2000, Trump ran a series of attack ads against Native American casinos alleging, with no proof, that they were guilty of crimes. 2004, Trump fired a black contestant from The Apprentice for being overeducated. 2010, Trump arguing in favor of segregating Muslims in Lower Manhattan. 2011, birtherism. Trump alleged that Obama was Kenyan based on nothing but skin color. He never apologized nor renounced the claim. Name one time Trump was...
Now we got that out the way. This lady left off the fact that one time in the question of the Chinese reporter where she says... she asked him a question. I can't remember what the fuck the question is. I had it in my mind until I started opening my mouth. And then he goes, "Why don't you ask China?" Which shifted the mood. And he then proceeded to go around her to talk to the white lady who gave her Chinese colleague her her time. And she said, "Yeah, did you specifically say that to me because I am Asian?" And then he said to the other lady, "I don't let women do something or another and Then a dude was talking, and he also gave up his time for the Chinese woman because they all wanted that answer. And he proceeded to end the news broadcast and go about his business. So if you're following Trump because he increased your wallet, I got you. I am not mad at you. But if you're following Trump because he's a devout racist and you're a devout racist, that's where we have a problem. Look at my face. I'm mixed. Alright? I can walk in all three worlds, or at least the native and the black world, without a concern. I can't really walk into the white world because I'm never going to be white. But I'm never going to fully be native. I'm never going to fully be black. But I can walk in both of their worlds and blend right the fuck in. I can't blend in with white people. You guys can see that there's a whole lot of brown right here. So when I do these things about Trump, I told you where you could go find them. Whether you choose to believe me or not, that's on you. Whether you choose to hear me or not, that's on you. I was doing a time check. It is 10:27 at this moment. Now, here's the thing, man. I don't care if you're racist as long as you are honest about that shit. Like, you're going to stab me in the face. I'm that racist because I told you guys before in a video, I knew one good racist. And why do I say he was a good racist? Why do I respect him? Because he was honest about that shit from day one, the day we met. Because his son was a roommate of one of my bros. And when we go visit, if his parents was there, he never called us the N-word. He never said anything because day one he told us, I don't like you and I don't like him because you guys are mixed. You are the worst of us all because you are mixed with black people and we don't like black people in our family. We hate black people. But because y'all treat my son like he family, I'm going to treat y'all like you family. And I've never not liked that. Because that man was honest to the fucking point, to my motherfucking face. He never, not one time in the time that I knew him, and the one time that he was in our lives with his son, and his son's girlfriend, and my bro, and the roommates, and they lived up on the hill next to Belmont Park. Not one time when he visited that house, and we visited that house, not one time as long as I visited, has he ever used the N-word. Not one time. But he told me, day one, to my face, I don't like black people. I don't like mixed people. And I don't know what's going on my forehead. It's like there's a line right there. Anyway, not one time has he used the N-word. And not one time that we would go visit my bro. Not one time did he call us half-breeds or any of that other shit. He was nothing but respectful. But he was an honest racist. And he was honest about that shit. And that was the only racist that I respected. Now, I have told y'all plenty of times that as a teenager when I worked at Kegler's, how for 3 years of my life, some white dude, I'm not going to say he was racist, he was going through some shit, but he refused to call me by my name. Had the name tag, everything, and he just refused to call me by my government name of James Williams Jr. He called me Chief every day, all day. Never stopped calling me Chief. I'm like, dude, that's not my name. Hey, okay, Chief. How you doing, Chief? What's up, Chief? Good night, Chief. See you tomorrow, Chief. And sure as fuck, next day, hey, Chief. How you doing? And his smile was just so polite. I was like, yeah, this guy's not going to keep calling me Chief, or I'm going to go on the fucking warpath. But I never went on the warpath because I was like 16, I was 17, and I was 18. Or maybe I was 17, 18, and 19 because I stopped seeing him when I stopped going to work there at 19 years old. So, yeah. But for 3 years of my life, he would not stop calling me Chief. I can tell you the songs he played. Achy Breaky Heart, The Thunder Rose, I Got Friends in Low Places, and The Chattahoochee. I do not like country music, but back then, teenage me knew all the words to those 4 songs because he played them from the time he got there and to the time he left. He paid for somebody's college kid's graduation. He paid for somebody's college because with that vending machine, that jukebox, he was the only fucking one on the jukebox. How everybody in Kegler's did not get mad at this dude playing these 4 songs back to back to back is beyond me. And I know you guys are thinking, what the fuck does that have to do with you and Trump? Okay. So like I said, I didn't really have too much of a problem with Trump until he became the president. And then I was like, I don't recall this man ever really making racist statements. And then it flashed back into me. He made a lot of racist statements when I was younger. I just wasn't aware of it because it got by me. The 1993 thing got by me. Then I had to think about it. And then the 1989 definitely got by me because I'm the same age as the Central Park 5. How that got by me is beyond me. But after I did my research, I was like, this motherfucker's a racist. It took me a minute because whenever he was in the WWE, him and Vince, thick as thieves, I love Vince McMahon. I liked the shit out of Vince McMahon. It probably wouldn't have got me a job because I'm small as fuck, but I loved Vince McMahon. And Vince couldn't do any wrong. And I also loved Ted Turner, and I was in the age of watching the Monday Night Wars. And yes, I was that guy flipping from channel to channel during commercials. And I remember the Nitro Girls and all the other female wrestlers on DC. That was the difference maker with WWE and Nitro. WWE had female wrestlers. Nitro had the Nitro Girls. You rarely saw women in the ring. I think you may have seen maybe 2 or 3 of them, like Leah Meow and something Blaze. I can't think of her whole name. But yeah, you never really saw more women wrestlers than you saw dancers on Nitro. But on WWE or WWF at the time, you saw women wrestlers. Period. Layla LaShawn. Damn it. The ladies, they just died. God damn it. The old ladies, man. Anyway, what this has to do with Trump. I made that TikTok. I de-wetted that TikTok because I do have friends on TikTok who support Trump. I am not going to lose my friendship over a red-headed troll. Understand that shit. I don't give a fuck if one of my friends is a Trump supporter. I don't. I honestly don't. Because I would rather have my friend, whether he supports Trump or not, or whether she supports Trump or not, and still have my friend, than lose them because of my opinion of a red-headed step troll racist that became president for 4 years. And a lot of people are still bewildered by this man, and he's still living rent-free in all of our heads. And with the somewhat charges that they're trying to get on him now, I know how this is going to play out. Because Nixon didn't go to jail for the shit he did. Clinton didn't go to jail for the shit he did. They don't really have anything on Obama. They had some shit on Bush. But none of them have gone to jail. So basically what they're going to do is they're probably going to ban him from being able to run. And if God forbid, I'm probably praying for this man. I shouldn't be praying for him because I don't like the fucker. But God forbid if they do get him on these espionage charges that TikTok keeps bringing up, then the man is in deep shit. And then y'all all better start praying for him. But I will tell you now, because of all the people that have recently done stupid shit in the name of Trump, we should all fucking be worried. We should all be worried. A vet recently, I think, was in Ohio who got killed because he went to go attack the FBI. Somebody else, somewhere else, took and stood up in front of the FBI, and all kinds of other shit's been happening. And now on TikTok, they're talking about they've got him for espionage and that he was possibly selling secrets out to the world. And I'm thinking to myself, and I'm going to say this because I'm not defending this fucker. I do not like Trump in any way, shape, or form. But I'm thinking to myself, ain't no way in hell he that goddamn stupid. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure I'm not. He can't be that fucking stupid. So everybody's like gung-ho. Oh, he's going to jail. And then in my heart, I'm thinking, hell yeah, he's going to jail. But in my head, I'm thinking, this motherfucker's got something. He's got something on somebody with power who's going to not let him go to jail. Alright? Now here's the thing. On TikTok, they just said that the Secret Service men busted him or whatever. The Secret Service men have one job, and that is to protect all former presidents and shit like that. For the rest of their lives, the Trump family will always have protection. Now, even if he did do espionage, the Secret Service still has to protect his family. They probably don't have to protect him, and he's not going to jail. I know as much as I want him to go to jail, he ain't going to jail. I already have told everybody, because I'm not a Trump supporter, and they're all laughing at me, and I was like, look, dude, I don't give a fuck what you say. This dude's not going to jail. I said, he may never be able to run for president again because they're going to find some way to prevent that from happening. But he won't do a damn day of jail. He won't do a day of jail. Espionage is up to 20 years. He probably doesn't have that long because he's like my mama's age or whatever. So he's probably not going to jail. If anything, he might get a slap on the wrist. He may have to pay a fine. He may have to show his tax returns. But he's not going to jail. So there's your positive news from Echo Fangray Wolf on Trump. But I will say this. I pray that he didn't do that shit. Because technically espionage is like the same thing as treason. I could be wrong there. But treason, as a vet, I know the penalty for treason is death. Sometimes by firing squad. I don't think they're going to kill Trump because he has way too much influence for that to happen. And they don't want to martyr this dude. So it's more than likely he's going to get a slap on the wrist. And they're going to send him the fuck home. Alright? So for all you Trump supporters here. If he goes to jail, I'll find something to do, but I'm pretty sure he's not going to jail. I don't even have a snowball's hope in hell of him going to jail. You know, let's just put it this way. As a person in love with a woman who does not know I exist, I can almost guarantee I have a better chance of marrying Zeta Zhang than Trump going to jail. Got a better chance of marrying the girl that I'm in love with who does not know I exist before Trump spends one day in jail. That's how much I believe he's not going to jail. Now, I could be wrong. I still want to marry Zeta Zhang, though. But I'm pretty sure Trump's not going to jail. And I can't stand Trump. I can't stand this man. I can't stand him. I can't stand him, period. But I almost got it on lock. This man will not do one fucking lick of time in jail. Not one lick of time. And you guys can judge me if you want. You can tell me I'm full of shit and that he's going to jail. And I'm pretty sure the Trump supporters are going to agree with me. This man is not going to jail. And I'm not a Trump supporter. But he ain't going to jail. There's no way in hell he's going to jail. There's no way in hell he's going to jail. And I could be wrong. But either way, I still want to marry Zeta Zhang. But, again, there's no fucking way in hell this dude's going to jail. There's no way he's going to jail. Yeah. There's just no fucking way. Nobody is gonna lock this man up, you know, because that locking him up could cause a riot. It could be worse than January 6th, and that's the thing, you know. He has a lot more supporters than you think, so he's not going to jail, you know, and I will make a second part to this. Because I've talked for 22 minutes and 54 seconds. And it is 10:38. So I'm going to make a second part to this. And it may go longer. It may not. But we are about to be on the 25-minute mark. So on the 25-minute mark, I'm going to stop. Because my second part of this video is going to piss off a lot more Trump supporters who are of color. And I will be giving you the whole 99.9 on my personal feelings about that. And I'm probably going to lose a few followers from that. But in closing, because we're on the 24 mark in like 2 minutes or whatever. In closing, as much as I can't stand Trump, I'm going to stick with my guns and say that this motherfucker's not going to jail. Straight the fuck up. I don't see Trump going to jail. I do not see him going to jail. I don't see him going to jail due to the fact that he has a very beautiful lawyer. So she's probably going to pull up Van Winkle and do something spectacular, and this fucker's not going to go to jail. I do see Mayor Giuliani possibly flipping. I see a lot of other people possibly flipping, but I don't see in any capacity whatsoever of Trump going to jail. I do not see him going to jail. I don't think he's going to go to jail. And come hella high water, I can be wrong. But I am very, very strong in my guns that this man's not going to jail. I mean, it can happen, but you got to understand, Nixon didn't go to jail. Clinton didn't go to jail. Bush didn't go to jail. Trump's not going to jail. I can almost guarantee you Trump's not going to jail. But I will say this in closing. One, Clinton really didn't do anything bad other than have his pecker sucked in the White House. Everything else, he got impeached for it, but by the time the impeachment was in the thing, his term was up, so it really didn't fucking matter. I didn't even know he got impeached. I had to do my research. But yeah, Clinton definitely got impeached. But by the time the impeachment came through, his term was over. So it really didn't count, which is why a lot of people don't even know that he got impeached. That's why I didn't know he got impeached. But it's 25 after, and we'll make a part 2.